Hey everyone, it's Shayna
And Diego
with your relation tip of the day.
What's the relation tip today?
Today we're going to talk about how to stay in your heart or come back to your heart after an argument. What does that mean? What does it mean to stay in the heart, come back to the heart?
And why did I make these faces just now?
Well, because that's like the anger trance that we get in
The
sometimes.
monster.
The monster of anger.
Let's just, can we admit for a minute that this is probably one of the hardest things to do?
Absolutely.
After a heated argument, we're not talking like, a little disagreement or you think this and I think that. No, let's say we've had an argument and we step into that piece that is like the angry monster inside of us that I am sure we can all unleash at some point. I think human beings are capable of of anything in any department, in the dark shadows and in the brilliant light as well. But here, usually as people, we're not so concerned with what's in the brilliance and in bliss. But when we step into our shadow, into deep down into the closet or the cellar, into that cave where the monster resides, it gets tricky and we almost don't recognize ourselves. And how do we tame, or how do we allow that monster to speak up and then help it contain itself again?
I actually think that this is what keeps a lot of people out of relationship, or at least going into relationship to a certain degree and then stopping, because any real sustainable, in my opinion, relationship is going to eventually bring up those little monsters that are oh my god, you scared me a little bit. And we may not want to show that part of ourselves.
Any fiery relationship, any relationship with any kind of passion, definitely has those elements in them.
But these relationships don't need to cease to be just because two people get angry. What tends to be the case is that there's two egos hitting up against each other. I'm right, no, I'm right, I'm right, no, I'm right. And in order to stay in the heart, someone or both need to come back to their heart, need to soften. Now, one example of this is when two people are arguing. Sometimes, one person goes and sleeps on the couch and the other one stays in the bed, or, one person goes for a walk, the other person they turn their back to each other. And what needs to happen is one person or both need to, through mindfulness, transcend their ego's need to be right and need to fight and resist, and simply go and hug the other person.
It's one of the hardest things to do in
Even
Tantra.
when you're angry.
In Tantra, we call it to walk into the fire, like to literally overcome that ego, or overcome everything that really prevents you from almost surrendering, and then walk into that burning flame of death of the ego, into that embrace. It's
And an embrace, and it can be just a physical touch. It could be like, you know what, I am so pissed at you right now, and I'm just gonna put my hand on your head.
Don't touch me!
And breathe.
This might not work so well, like this. So we need to know our cool down styles. I want to credit Reed Mahalko for that one. If we know what we need to go through when we're in a fight, and to move out of a fight, out of an argument, into something that I would call normalcy again. If we understand our cool down styles, and one person maybe needs to go, take a brisk walk or punch a pillow or whatever that you may have to do, so that at the end of that cycle, and once you've let out steam, you can come back to love. Spooning is a great thing. You don't have to face each other. You can literally just snuggle up against one another. And what kicks in is this natural instinct of,
it's biological,
puppy-like behavior, like snuggling up into warmth.
It overrides all the other stuff.
And energetically, all the chakras are aligned when you spoon with one another. So there's almost no possibility for an argument when you spoon, because the third eye is aligned, the heart chakra is aligned, and the solar plexus and so forth. And at some point, if you just hold each other long enough and shut up long enough and just breathe, the breathing will create the synchronization and the energetic system will equalize. That's actually a powerful tool.
And this is really, all of this is to come back to the heart in the midst of a heated experience. And we're not addressing communication. We will address that in another video, communication, because it's not so much that, okay, let's just spoon and then everything's okay, especially if there was some sort of a disagreement. So we will address conscious communication, especially around tricky terrain, in another video.
But communication can only happen when we reach, I want to say, some kind of a level field.
Totally.
So it can be a little choppy, but
I have a feeling that some people are watching this saying, oh yeah, well, we never fight. We never fight.
Hey, good for you.
I don't know, I feel like intuitively I'm feeling that. But don't forget what I said in the beginning. A real passionate relationship, unless you are just so pure, which, maybe you are.
And that's okay,
it's going to bring it up, because trust me, I thought that I was free of all the crunchies and the dark spaces when I was alone for 10 years. And then once I stepped into a relationship, I'm like, whoa, mama.
Yeah, this is a very powerful, I want to say, almost spiritual path.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Relationship is.
Totally.
So, and especially intimate relationship will bring up all that shit.
Don't curse. Hello. Thank you so much for watching. Is that all?
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So how to come back to the heart and how to stay in the heart is one of the hardest things to do in relationship, especially after an explosion. And spooning here would be an amazing tool to facilitate that.
Deep breathing as well. Just taking a deep breath if you're angry.
Or go dancing.
Let's
go.
Thanks for watching. Comment.
Bye.
Ask us if you need anything else. If there's any specific topics you'd like us to address, let us know. Bye.
Chicka, chicka, dee.